These are hardcore towers. They're some of the strongest towers that exist in TDS, but to get the level of power promised by these towers, you have to pay gems. And the only way to get these gems is to play hardcore mode. This is one of the hardest modes in TDS. It has 50 waves and a ton of extremely strong enemies. So after you've poured in all that work, how good do these towers actually end up being? In today's video, I'm going to be testing out each one of these towers' abilities to survive in Fallen completely on their own with the help of supports. You'll get to see which ones are the strongest and the most worth it. Alright, no more wasting time. Let's begin with Brawler. Like, subscribe, use StarCode, hop into full screen, and let's begin. So, I'm going to allow one support for each of these towers. The Firework Technician will grant all the towers detections. This is needed for flying enemies. Now, time to pick our map. For Brawler, I think Toy Board is going to be one of the best maps. The other option is Simplicity Remastered, but we've got plenty of great bends to move our Brawlers around to when we unlock Reposition. And so, let's just get stuff started. I think I'm going to want my first Brawler right here. So, we do 6 damage, which means we 2-shot these abnormals. But after I get this upgrade, now we're going to one-shot them. And as you already know, Brawler is going to be the early game star of this challenge. This thing is totally designed for being an absolute beast in the early to mid game. And skills are disabled, by the way. We aren't gonna have any unfair advantages here. You look at what these Brawlers are able to do to these Fallen Dregs, though. I definitely don't think I'm gonna be having problems with anything in the early game. I'm gonna get level 2s going. Hopefully have what it takes to defeat this Fallen Squire. And by the looks of it, we just barely do. I'm saving for level 3 here. This level is extremely worth the money because it unlocks the ability for us to move the Brawler around. And level 4 is the most cost-efficient level, pretty much, at least past the very low level ones. We unlock reposition damage, which is going to make us do 100 damage whenever we move the Brawler around. And that's a pretty big deal. Now, regardless, I think I'm going to have to upgrade my other Brawlers here. I don't think I'll be able to make the save up straight for level 4. But I'm making, like, a lot of money here. So I hope that after this wave, I'm going to be able to afford it. This is going to absolutely annihilate this stuff. And I'll have the ability to use the reposition if we're ever getting overwhelmed. Here comes a 500 HP Squire, but we can push it back. And we deal all the damage we need. And now we have a second level 4. This wave could be problematic. It has some pretty strong Fallens, but we'll be able to knock them back, yes. And oh my god, yeah, that's actually easy. Okay, so we've got multiple Squires, Breakers, a strong Fallen here that I might have to move a Brawler for. Let's do it. Just barely got it, and now we can afford another level 4. But now we have this Brawler over here, so I'm going to want to put it to use and move it as soon as I can. We have a Fallen Giant to deal with. That's going to be great. So let's move this Brawler back. Okay, that's 100 damage from reposition. Let's move these Brawlers over around to here. Come on. Okay, that was pretty good. I have 2 level 4s here, which can basically see around this bend. And I can get another level 4 here. And now there's kind of a horde here. Let me reposition one to deal damage to all of these. Can I afford another level 4? Let's go. Okay, let's move these Brawlers back, or at least try my best to. We'll also get some damage dealt while we do this. So think that was worth doing. Yes, most definitely. Wow. That's the thing about Brawler, is that its reposition mechanic is actually like a really big deal. If you want to get the most out of your Brawlers, you have to be basically moving them all the time. Because if your reposition hits just like 5 enemies, that's already 500 damage dealt. And at max, that's going to be 1,000. That's actually crazy. So would you look at this horde right here? I'm going to reposition this and just insta-kill all of that. This could be problematic. Let's start moving my Brawlers. Okay, I only had to move 3. I'm almost at my first max level Brawler. Let's begin this wave by moving a Brawler back here, dealing some splash damage. This farther one, oh, I can max it and then move it back, actually, which is going to deal 200 damage to everything here. Now we should be able to hopefully shred this Fallen Necromancer. Uh-oh. Let's wait for the spawn. Never mind. Okay, that was pretty easy. I was going to move a Brawler to kill all the spawns, but it doesn't really matter. So let's move everything back now. I think it is safe to do so because we have enough DPS to handle everything, do we? Oh, quickly. And I can get another max level one right here. Uh-oh. This is going to be a problem for sure. So let's start moving the Brawlers. Get as much reposition damage dealt. Okay, 400 HP over there. I'm going to try and get some good damage dealt over here. And okay, nice. I'm not gonna skip because I want to give as much time for these Brawler abilities to recharge. Now we've got a little bit of a situation on our hands because my Brawlers are now really like not close together. So let's do this, max this guy out. Okay, bunch of skeletons right here. Let's crush all of them. Another ability right over to here. Oh, goodness. So this is a lot of skeletons. I'm going to try and time this to the best of my abilities. So watch this. One brawler takes care of all of that. Another brawler. And let's just send everything now. All right, we handled everything, but now we only have a single brawler at the front. So hopefully with a well-timed ability here. Uh-oh, Fallen Jester. What can I get done here? What can I get done? Okay, can I move this? Max Brawler, move you over to here. Okay, now we're just focusing on the Fallen Jester. This is a little bit scary. I'm basically just going to move the brawlers here now. So let's do that. And okay, he's low. Let's stall to kill him to recharge as many brawlers as possible. I think one brawler is going to be more than enough to kill it because when I reposition it, it'll deal 200. Oh, 100 damage only. It says reposition damage is 2. Oh, but this guy's 100% defense, so that makes sense. And now here's the strat. Ready? Let's start deploying all our Oh, that's actually not an option. So let's try and get a good reposition right here. Okay, kill that. Okay, reposition this right here. Just continuously reposition everything around this area so that we can get as much damage dealt as possible. Breakers are dead, but are we gonna survive this? Come on, come on, come on, come on, please. We go down on wave 26. In theory, with slightly better timings, this is doable, but we're not making it far past this wave. This next tower is going to be the Necromancer. This tower has a really good range, but its skeletons need to be spawned far back. That's why I'm picking this map. Basically, if I have it placed back here, we'll have the graves building up at the very end of the map while we can still shoot down a straight line because we need to utilize our pierce. You get the point. Now, the thing is I need to enable auto skip and hope that this map is long enough for me to tank these first few enemies. So I think the goal is going to be to start with one right here. All right, 367. We just need $400, which I think we'll get from this next skip, but we are gonna be kind of low. So okay, let's get ready here. Let's place down the Necromancer and immediately turn off auto skip. This thing is gonna do, what is that, 10 damage on its first level. It's gonna waste its time here spawning graves. So oh, it's building up these little roots as its graves. I think we're going to want to summon now because, oh my god, 60 HP. Per skeleton? That's 120 HP. That's definitely going to take out all of this. Wow. Now the nice thing is we also get flying detection, but do we get hidden detection? I think we do, just at a later level. Here come Fallen Dregs. As soon as this meter fills up, I'm going to immediately spawn the graves so that we're not, wasting any time on the graves not being built. These skeletons are just going to tear through all of this stuff. In fact, completely destroying that whole rush. All right, next one here, upgraded necromancy. I think that's just our ability, or rather our attack. So now we can pierce through enemies. So if I set this on last, we'll basically be hitting 2 fallen dregs at once. And now we also get more graves. Let's spawn out 4 skeletons here. That first upgrade is that is the most worth it thing you can possibly ask for. More damage, pierce, better skeletons. Look at this. This next upgrade is Soul Forge. This is the one that gives us hidden detection. It'll increase the soul meter, which isn't what we want. We'll have up to 6 graves and sword skeletons, which are going to be stronger. So I'm going to be excited for that. We almost just destroyed everything right there, but let's summon some of these skeletons out and get the job done. Not to mention we get bonus range, which is something I need because right now it's not in the best position. I'm not going to lie. Look at this, 250 HP Squire and 240 HP worth of skeletons right here. So yeah, this guy kind of easy. Gonna set the guy on last for now, get as much damage done as possible. Now we can switch over to first and get Soul Forge. Okay, do we penetrate 3 enemies now? I don't think we do. I think it's still just 2 enemies. But look at this. We got our 6 graves. So let's spawn the stuff out. Sword skeletons got 90 HP, 20 damage. This is some good value. They also have oh shoot. I'm certainly glad I spawned my skeletons out because otherwise that would have been an issue. These things have like brawlers range. I think I can, yeah, it's actually like max brawlers range. That's quite a bit. And they're definitely going to get out some decent damage before dying. The question is, do I want to save up for this? Unlock giant skeleton, unlock skeleton knight, or do I want to save up for this 11k upgrade? Regardless of what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spawn out skeletons right now. And what the heck is going on? These 3 stacked together is just on like what? Just an unstoppable wall right here up until this fallen squire, but Still, very impressive. I think I can go straight for the save up. We're gonna be almost tripling our damage. Well, we're gonna be more than tripling our DPS actually. And for 11k, that's definitely worth it. I mean, looking at this cost efficiency, this is something I want to go for. By the way, I need to spawn out skeletons. I'm completely forgetting. I messed up. I skipped a little too early and I missed on the wave clear bonus. Regardless here, this should be all I need to start being able to upgrade this. And now we got a much faster attack that does 30 damage. A lot stronger, but not against single target, unfortunately. But that's why we'll have these skeletons. So let's set this thing on last. Let's see if we can pierce through 3 enemies. No, it's still just 2. But this is going to be the concern here. Fallen enemies. Let's set out one more set of graves and immediately spawn them in. So we didn't get anything better than just the sword skeletons. But let's hope that they're going to be enough for... Yeah, actually, they were. This upgrade is way too expensive for me to save up. Apostle of Hades. I think we have no choice but to go for a second Necromancer here. And now, by the way, wow, this damage is very good. I think we have to wait for this one to, like, get better graves. Like, I think I don't want to spawn him in even though I can. Because the graves need time to, like, level up. Let's see if that ever happens. No, it never happened, so I can just spawn him out. And there you go. We got one giant skeleton with 600 HP. At this point in the game, that is incredibly strong. Just in time for the fallen giant too, by the way. I'm gonna squeeze out a ton of damage here with these sword ones. And I believe summoning a second set will make the first set of skeletons die. Test this out by pressing F. Let's see if these die. Doesn't look like they did, actually, which is pretty nice if they don't. Regardless, last Necromancer down right here. Now we can summon out some pretty banger skeletons over here. We got 2 giants. So whatever is on this wave, better watch out. By the way, aren't there knight skeletons? Yeah, skeleton knight right here. 250 HP, 90 damage. I never even realized, but yeah, we have those like extremely strong skeletons. Look at this damage we're able to flush out. That's insane. The nice thing about Necromancer is that all of its skeletons basically are like stacked by nature. And whenever you stack units, you get significantly more damage out of them. Now that being said, let's spawn out these skeletons and let's see. Did these die? No. That's insane. We get so much value out of that. Possessed armor here is going to be absolutely no issue. Yeah, this is way too easy. Necromancer is absolutely goated. I haven't used it in such a long time, so I wouldn't remember, but they definitely fixed it from the time when it was trash. Now let's spawn all these skeletons out. Got an absolute army running down the track. This fallen Necromancer could be a little bit problematic due to how many of these little things it spawns. But let's see what this DPS looks like. Okay, this isn't fair. I mean, okay, we did spend like nearly 60k on this defense. I guess it's nothing too out of, you know, the price range. But I'm not used to Necromancer being so nice. You know, that's not something I'm used to. Necromancer being this good. Regardless, look at all these skeletons stopping on the track. There's no, like, anti-unit stacking. So these things just, like, cluster up in some of the most overpowered dense hordes that just like shred through any, like, what was that? TDS has anti-unit stacking for like other unit towers like Mercenary Base, but thankfully not for Necromancer. Let's spawn out more of these graves and proceed to destroy all of this stuff. Watch as they literally become an unstoppable force. Okay, this one is really good. Primary attack becomes a laser that can target 3 enemies. That's going to be some insane DPS. Also 3 giant skeletons. That's some pretty fantastic RNG. We shouldn't even lose anything to... Oh, well, we lost one. But yeah, this one does so much DPS because of how many enemies it can target with its split beam. We also go up to 32 range, so we'll be able to see, like, yeah, the entire map. Also, what a place for these things to stop, to just begin to shred. Impenetrable wall right here. And now here come the 3 giant skeletons. These things are just going to absorb all of the little skeletons, and now here we destroy. And we're not done because we have a second set right here to just continue shredding. Oh, and look at this, perfectly intercepting with the giant skeletons. And we're so close to being able to afford this last level of Necromancer as well. Fortunately, we won't be able to kill this before the end of the wave for the wave clear bonus, but here we go. Now we have the multiple Necromancer beams here. It's kind of getting wasted, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, actually, why isn't it multi-targeting like it should be? Let's spawn out all of these graves. Oh my god, I got just what I needed. I got an Executioner skeleton. This thing does 50 damage? What the heck? We also get hollow guards. Okay, yeah, this is some pretty nice stuff. Also, this DPS. Also, stuff's a little bit dangerous here. But yeah, this guy does 50 damage. He actually, in reality, does more. Anyways, let's see if we can get some better skeletons here. I need this meter to fill up, so please fill up. Okay, wow, that was really good damage. And now, we have these OP graves that when you spawn, they do explosive damage. Please, holy crap, that was so close to death. I don't know why this split beam targeting isn't working. Like, if I just cycle through the targets, I think it'll work better, right? I don't know why it works like this, bro. I should not have to do this. What if I set it on random? On random now, it's constantly targeting multiple targets. Okay, so I guess that's the best way to use the Necromancer. Regardless, let's spawn out all of these OP skeletons. Let's go. I got an Executioner. I got multiple Hollow Guards. So this stuff all stands no chance. Wow, the Giants just walked right through everything. How much range does the Executioner have? That's 30 range, so it's like, yeah, this is almost full map. It attacks every 3 seconds, which isn't great, but look at that. Oh my god, that like gets so much damage dealt when it does attack what you want it to. Anyways, I'm trying to get this bar to max, so there you go. We have like max graves here, so let's summon everything. Second Executioner right here. That absolutely destroys all of these little skeletons. Oh my god, look at that perfect shot right there. I believe I now have the money for a second max Necromancer. Okay, let's go. There go our axes. So this wave's going to be a little problematic. We're going to need to rely on doing quite a bit of damage from the skeletons tanking this stuff. Now let's spawn out more Necromancers, try and get, oh my god, more Executioners. Flying enemies I don't believe are going to be an issue. Yeah, literally we completely cook them. I have Firework Technician, which I was going to be using if we needed it, but doesn't look like we do because we have all detections covered. Spawn out the graves yet again, get more stuff built up. Ooh, no Executioner skeletons, unfortunately. Last max Necromancer acquired. Let's set it on random here so it starts splitting its beams. Here's where we're gonna need this damage to start kicking in. Oh yeah, what the heck, dude? That was so easy. Now, for the sake of fairness, should I get Firework Technician since the other towers are going to have it? I never got it for Brawler, but that's because literally I never even had the money for it. But now I have the ability to afford it, so the question is like, do I do it? I think we do. Let's make it happen. Let's get a max Firework Technician here. This is going to give us a decent bit of extra DPS, but if we're going to use it for other towers, then I think it's only fair. Oh my god, yeah, that's actually a lot of extra DPS. Let's spawn out all the skeletons. Can I get 3 Executioners at once? No, so far it's only 2, but we've already certainly outlasted the Brawler. Now look at this, the skeleton army is managing to push up to the front. So after this last set of max grave, let's spawn them all out. We have like so many Executioners on the map right now. You just see these axes flying left and right. Also, everything's on fire because of the Firework Technician. Fallen Summit, wow, gone completely. Wow. Now Firework Technician is actually a great combo for this because it has multiple beams. Also, I can like witness the graves being upgraded. Once this other set gets upgraded, I'm spawning them out. Alright, that looked perfect. We're getting the last set of graves spawned in, and here we go. I believe it's time to summon all of this. That was the biggest summon yet. Let's see, 3 Executioners just in time for the Fallen Honor Guard here. Now the question is it going to be enough? So this Fallen Shield just tanked a bunch of damage. And these 3 Executioner skeletons are all I have now. Thankfully, they're shooting down a straightaway, which allows them to get a lot of damage squeezed out. But I think what really determines whether we survive is if we summon while this guy is pretty much on top of the graves. These graves do damage when the skeletons spawn, 500 damage per grave. So let's do it, spawn everything. Oh, would these skeletons have even been enough? I don't think they would have. This is not 40,000 damage. So that puts Necromancer at wave 36. Honestly, very impressive. But can Hacker do even better? You may also notice that I have Gatling in my loadout, but I'm not going to use it. And the reason I'm bringing it is because you're allowed to clone any tower using the Hacker's ability. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cloning the Gatling, and I'm going to be using its clones if we even make it that far. Regardless, in the early game here, I cannot afford the Hacker. I'm going to need to place it far back probably, or honestly probably just suck it up and tank these enemies. There's a reason I picked this map. It's like one of the longest in the game, but I wouldn't feel comfortable with tanking more damage than is right here. So I think I'm just going to place it back here. And the nice thing is we're going to make extra money from every single Hacker kill here. Actually, after 1 upgrade we will. But because this is going to be a long process, I think I'm just going to time scale here, change any results, and great. Let's get the upgraded rig here so that we can now start getting more money. The question is, do I need to skip and upgrade this to level 2? I think I do. I don't think I have a chance of surviving this otherwise. So let's make it happen. I would have survived, but there you go. Now I have level 2, and this definitely will be surviving on its own. Now, this is going to be a bit concerning because I don't know if I have the single target damage needed for this guy. I'm gonna hope that I do. Can I afford this? Nope. This thing has 12 DPS, and is this thing gonna be in range long enough? Definitely not. I'm gonna need to get another Hacker. Or actually, will I? No, I'll just barely survive. Okay, so I can worry about now defending at the front. We've lowered these things quite a bit, so shouldn't be too hard to kill. Now I can upgrade this guy. Oh, now I can. And I don't know what this wave is all about. This wave looks extremely easy. Unfortunately, 2 hackers is all we can place. And I'm wondering, should I move the other hacker? Should I just save up for level 3 on this? I think saving up for level 3 is better. Also, leaking another Fallen Squire here. If I can't kill this, then things are going to be bad, but I think we'll be able to. We even converted it, so free 36 damage. Regardless here, we've got some trash targeting, not targeting the fallen dregs, so we could have had some more damage dealt if, you know, focused on that, but no problems. And oh, I'm so close, 7,400. I can smell it. There we go, level 3. This damage is significant now, and we have the cloning ability. Now the question is, do I get down a Gatling and clone it, or do I work on getting level 4 here? Alternatively, do I just move this guy and get another level 3? Or alternatively, am I about to die right here and I therefore must skip and get the back one upgraded to level 3 myself? I absolutely must. Great. So that puts me in a pretty undesirable situation. My defenses are literally on opposite sides of the map. That being said, I don't really have a choice. There's also a question of Firework Technician. Actually, it's no question. It's definitely worth it. I need it for this 3,000 HP enemy, so let's just hope that we can make something happen here. Honestly, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip and just get down a Gatling right here, and I'm going to get ready to clone it. Let's slow our game down. Let's skip this wave and let's get the Gatling up here. Now let's start targeting these things actually. And now, oh, how lovely is this actually? I think it's better if I don't even stay in Gatling whatsoever and instead just retarget it. Okay. Oh, this is going to be so close. Come on, come on. Dang it. Oh, that must have absolutely been possible with an earlier skip. So here we are back on this wave. This time I did not get a Firework Technician, and instead I should now have the money required to clone the Gatling. I'm going to place it down right here, and oh yeah, it's already focusing on this thing. I'm going to fully focus on the Fallen Giant now. And this is going to be really annoying, isn't it? This couldn't be a worse situation, can it? Like, I just have to, like, why did TDS not consider this? That being said, this time around, we are able to take it out. Watch this. Boo! I've now gone bald, so that won't repeat. Now I probably want to get the Firework Technician, right? Should be some decent extra DPS if it ever goes off. Wow, 1 firework, all of that for 1 fire, great. Now what if I clone this Technician? Yeah, I cannot do that. So I definitely need to clone the Gatling. Let's put it right here. Let's enter the Gatling and just start helping out. I love looking at a giant yellow progress bar. I got that under control. This looks like something I need to start taking care of. Everything else there should be fine. I do have the bonus DPS from the Firework Technician, so that's going to be pretty nice. Who could forget this thing? Look at its high defense. So I don't know if I have what it takes, but I'll do my best to track this thing. Tracked it perfectly, and it still has too much HP. Well, that marks wave 19 as the best possible wave. Actually, maybe if the Firework Technician was a little bit better, could have possibly dealt enough damage. But now it's time for the semi-final. One of the most versatile towers, which will certainly be getting far. The Engineer. Now, this is a tough choice for the map to play on, but I'm gonna pick U-turn here, just because I think at max level the coverage of the sentries is going to be like the best out of any map pretty much. Maybe Simplicity Remaster is better. This first wave I need to skip in order to put an Engineer. Let's put it dead center, honestly. Let's also speed things up, and then just as it's going to build its sentry, slow the game down. Can we get it? Oh my god, that's annoying. But if you didn't know, timescale actually kind of messes with the Engineer. But yeah, would you look at this? This range is fantastic. And at level 2, even better. Now, yeah, we're going to want to rush straight for level 3 because Rifle Sentry, that's basically like one of the most cost-efficient levels for the Engineer. It's absolutely amazing bang for your buck. Also, let's look at the range of these sentries. Yeah, it's the same as the Engineer. Actually, it's a slight bit bigger, but not really like there's a difference. We're definitely struggling against these Fallen Dregs. The early game here is definitely not looking as nice as Brawler or Necromancer. Actually, what am I saying? Necromancer was worse. I had to tank a lot more. There you go. Now that we got to the Rifle Sentry level, this thing is just going to shred. Now we can start working on getting more. We also naturally have all detection, so the Firework Technician isn't even going to be needed up until I have all of these maxed out, just for that little bit of extra DPS. That being said, where's a better spot to get my third Engineer? Here or here? Or is it neither of those? I don't even know. Let's get this upgrade. I genuinely need to check the stats of actually all the sentries. So max the sentry is 24 range. Right now, this one has 20, so it's basically just going to be like a bit larger. The range of the engineer is going to be 20, so it's not going to be much larger than this. So it actually might be a better idea to, oh, I don't know, this is tough. I think I'm going to do it like this. We're also kind of struggling here. Oh my goodness, I almost just got cooked by that. What? I think I'm going to go with that there. Yeah, I need more level 3 sentries. Maybe it's time to go off time scale 2 because, as I did say, that is worse for the engineer in particular. And also, we're going to move this guy, so here we go. Can this engineer reach? Unfortunately not. I'm going to have to upgrade all of these to level 4 before they can see that track. Regardless, this thing should be absolutely no issues. And now we have all, oh, except for this one. And now all level 4 engineers. So none of these waves are that tough. I'm going to be saving for heavy construction here to get minigun sentries. Looking at the wiki, max level is the most cost efficient one. Oh, and by the way, we're not even gonna make it there. Let me test out if firework technician here is going to make any difference instead of going for heavy construction. We do get hidden detection at level 5 here, but we don't have enough time to build up the sentries, which is the issue. Well, let's play this out slow and see what we can get done. Fortunately, none of the sentries are able to see hiddens. And would you look at that? Firework technician actually did make the difference that I needed. That being said, I definitely need to save up for level 5 here. So that way our sentries will have hidden detection and then we'll certainly have no issues. Are we fine against this? Yeah, we're good. Here's our level 4 engineer. That's going to be pretty nice. And this is just in time, by the way, for this hidden fallen necromancer, which will honestly still be a pretty big issue, I think. Only this guy and its sentries can attack this thing, but despite that, we actually take care of it. Wow. This wave is tough, but we got it covered. Now these possessed armors got nothing on us. These level 5 engineers are too strong. Now this wave could actually screw us over. Those aggros waste a lot of time, and now we have to squeeze out a ton of damage on this fallen hero. But the DPS is looking great. I think we'll actually be able to do it. The goal is to try and get max level here, but that's a really big save up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off. We've also got a very problematic wave here. I don't think I should risk anything. I should just get another level 5. We are basically tripling the DPS when we're upgrading from level 4 to level 5. That being said, this is going to be a close one. This guy's still pretty healthy, but I think we got it under control. Just barely. This wave we got a fallen jester, but I actually think, yeah, this wave is easier than the last one. He's going to buff up these hazmats though. Regardless, I'm confident I think we can make the save up here to level 6. And that's pretty okay. Yeah, not bad. I'm making a big risk with this save up here. So the second I see something that I do not think we can handle, I'm upgrading the other engineers. This should still all be manageable. And yeah, now the DPS, I can really tell. The missiles are also going to greatly help out with all of that. Is it over for me? Is it fallen rushers that are going to put me out of business? Oh my goodness, wave 28. I could have upgraded these 2 engineers. I'm gonna have to try that. I've actually decided to switch over to simplicity here, where I now played the start much better. I believe we also get better coverage. Like, I think this is better than U-turn. I might be wrong, but now I don't even have to revive because, you know, I planned ahead. I don't even need to spend any money on firework technician. So the rest of these waves won't be that bad. I will see you at the corrupted fallens. All right, here they are. I'm gonna set this on strongest, this on strongest. Can I please upgrade this? Upgrade you? All right, now I need to go back to first. Please take everything out. Oh, that was so close. But looks like wave 28 is the limit for engineer. That's really surprising that this literally lost to Necromancer. And finally, the strongest tower in TDS. Wave 5. But if you were to use consumables to get through the early game, we can now get an accelerator here on wave 7. It's actually going pretty smooth sailing now. I'm also an admin just so I can set my time scale to be higher than 2. And things are actually going pretty well. The goal is going to be to rush max level. So let's see if we can make it happen. Now this wave is not chill, so I'm going to have to get a level 4 accelerator at the back, which is unfortunate because this is going to waste a lot of time. But aggro enemies are pretty challenging. I think the only way to get through this wave is to change the targeting of these accelerators to last and to just do my best to take out the Fallen Necromancer. Leave the rest of the work to this one. Now, is this gonna be fine? I don't know, man. Look at this thing with every modifier in the game. Now, am I gonna be able to make the save up for max? Whether I can or can't will determine my fate. Now, all of these go to last. I can actually take all of that out, change everything to first, and max Accelerator. Oh my god, this is actually a saving grace. Now I need to immediately work on Firework Technician. I think I'm gonna put it right here, and now I think I can safely speed up my game because max Accelerator is just that strong. Oh my god, max Accelerator loses. So although you can't make it past wave 5 if you cheat a bit, this means Necromancer of all things won. So I guess this is probably the best tower on its own. These others will definitely do better with a proper loadout though. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, use star code, and I'll see ya.